I know that the meme coin craze is reaching peak levels. Hell, we just had Donald Trump, the president, launch his own meme coin by tweeting out a Solana contract address. But the truth is, meme coins and altcoins in general underperform Bitcoin over the long term. That's why you need to focus on buying Bitcoin itself. Use meme coins and altcoins as a tool to buy more Bitcoin. So what I'm gonna do in this video is explain why I think Bitcoin is the asset you should be holding over the long term. Meme coins are altcoins that essentially do nothing. They are purely speculative and they remain relevant as long as they can garner and hold attention. With altcoins, you generally at least have the promise of some type of utility. The difference with meme coins is right from the get-go, you know that this coin does nothing. So why do these meme coins pump so hard? Well, here's the thing. Most of them don't. Outside of a select few, most meme coins experience very short pump and dumps where very few people actually profit. With the introduction of Pump Fund this cycle, we're seeing these coins shot out at an unbelievably rapid pace, like nothing we've ever seen before. What's even more crazy is less than 0.5% of people trading these Pump Fund tokens have even made more than $10,000. So outside of a few trench warriors, the ones that you probably see flexing the P&Ls, the majority of people are buying meme coins the same way that they buy a lottery ticket. They're buying it and hoping to win big. So you might wonder, why am I shitting on meme coins so bad? Is it because I fumbled Peanut, Popcat, I missed Trump coin? Maybe that's part of it. The real reason is I've been here for a very long time. I've seen many bull markets and meme coin cycles come and go. And what I'm trying to give you is a dose of reality of what's actually going on with these meme coins. You can absolutely make money on memes and you should be trying to trade them, but know what you're buying. It's vapor. Remember, the goal here is to secure the bag, not become a bag holder. So now we're going to talk about why I think Bitcoin is what you should be focused on buying. So I've got up CoinMarketCap here. You've probably seen this site before. It's super useful, but what you might not have known is you can actually go back in history on this website to prior bull markets and see what the price of coins were, what the top coins were at that given point in time. So you go up to cryptocurrencies here and you hit historical snapshots. You can go all the way back to 2013. This is right before Bitcoin topped at about $1,100. Let's look at some of the coins that we can see here. Bitcoin, we know that one. Litecoin, we know that one. XRP, we know that. Outside of those, do you recognize any of these coins? Purecoin, Memecoin, these are top 10 coins in the 2013 bull market. Let's check another snapshot. So let's go ahead 4 years to when Bitcoin topped in December, January of 2017-18. Bitcoin's there, Ethereum's new, Bitcoin Cash is new, XRP and Litecoin still in the top 10. These are all new though. I'm not really seeing any of those coins. Where's Primecoin? Where's Paracoin? Where's Feathercoin and Namecoin? All those prior cycle top coins, where are they now? What you'll realize is most of them are gone. They've traded to zero. But what remains at number one? Bitcoin. So we kind of had that weird double top in 2021. We had one in May, and we had another one at the end of the year. So here's the second top, which ended up being the final top of the 2021 cycle. Again, do you recognize a trend here? Where's Litecoin? It's not even in the top 10 anymore. It's all the way down here. Where's Bitcoin Cash? That was in the top 10 in the last cycle. Nowhere to be found. Way down here, outside of the top 20. You can see a lot of these coins come and go. They rise up in rankings, they drop back down, but what remains at number one? Bitcoin. So now in this current cycle, where we are today, let's take a look at some of the top coins. You've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, you've got XRP, BNB, Solana, Dogecoin. Many of these are familiar, but you can see some of these ones from the prior cycles are falling further and further down the list, and new entrants are making their way up. What I'm trying to show you here is the common thread that Bitcoin remains number one, cycle over cycle. Many of these other coins come and go. Some of them have staying power for more than one cycle, but the majority of them are a flash in the pan. They arrive, they pump, they dump, and they're never to be heard from again. Something you might not be aware of is that you can actually compare the altcoin that you're buying and holding versus other coins. So I'm sure you've seen the Ethereum BTC chart. So the Ethereum BTC chart is really just a fraction comparing ETH versus Bitcoin. When this chart is going down, It means that Bitcoin, the denominator, is stronger than Ethereum, the numerator. It's not a prediction of the direction of either asset. It's just telling you which one is stronger comparatively. And so what you can see here is over the last 3 years, Bitcoin has been outperforming Ethereum. So at any point, basically over the last 3 years, if you had bought one Bitcoin and one ETH, your Bitcoin would have held its value better than Ethereum. Now, of course, there are periods of outperformance for Ethereum here. You can see from November, December of 2019 up until December of 2021, there was a 2-year period where Ethereum actually outperformed Bitcoin. But Ethereum is one of those coins that has staying power. It's lasted multiple cycles. What will be a little bit shocking to you is looking at some of your meme coins and then comparing them to Bitcoin and seeing how that holds up over the long term. So let's look at WIF, for example. So you can type in WIF and then you can hit this divided by sign and then you can type it in what you want to compare it to. Now again, you can compare any two assets against each other, but what you should be doing at any point in time is trying to determine if the coin you're holding is better than just holding Bitcoin itself. So what you'll see here is WIF, which was one of the most popular coins to start the cycle, actually had a very brief period of outperformance versus Bitcoin. So you can see from February here up until March, it was smoking Bitcoin. But now, since March and April of 2024, Bitcoin has been outperforming WIF. So people who have been holding WIF, waiting for WIF to go to $10, have been outperformed by people just holding Bitcoin. There's not as much price history here, but a lot of your new meme coins are going to end up looking like this versus Bitcoin over the long term. So let's look at some of those older coins from prior cycles and see how they fare versus Bitcoin. So we've got EOS. So this is a 2017 altcoin that had a brief run in 2020 as well. And as you can see, this is pretty grim. It's basically been down only against Bitcoin going on 7 years now. So for the last 7 years, if you held EOS outside of a very brief couple windows where this chart went up, you've been getting outperformed by Bitcoin. This chart is the fate of the majority of coins versus Bitcoin over the long term. Are there exceptions? Of course. Can your meme coin go up more in Bitcoin for a period of time? Of course. But over the long term, you're not going to find a better risk-adjusted asset than just holding Bitcoin itself. So what you need to be doing as a trader is taking those opportunities in meme coins and altcoins and those periods where there is outperformance, capturing that gain and then rotating that gain out of the numerator, which in this case is EOS, and then into the denominator, which is back into Bitcoin. How does this work if you're trading a Solana meme coin? Well, when you're buying WIF, it's really WIF against Solana. So if WIF against SOL is going up, that means the WIF SOL chart looks like this. Once this chart starts to go down, you're going to want to rotate that WIF back into SOL because SOL is now outperforming WIF. And then you're going to want to look at SOL versus Bitcoin. And if this chart is going up, you can hold SOL. But as soon as this chart starts trading down, it makes sense to rotate that SOL into Bitcoin. So remember, when you're buying meme coins on ETH, really you're buying that meme versus ETH. So you want to make sure that your meme versus ETH chart is bullish. And as soon as it's not, you want to rotate into ETH. And then you can compare ETH against Bitcoin and determine which you want to hold. Same thing with SOL. You're holding a meme versus SOL. You want to make sure that that chart is bullish. As soon as it's not, rotate into SOL and then determine if you want to rotate into Bitcoin from there. I do think there is an argument to be made to hold some coins rather than just Bitcoin. For example, Solana and ETH. As you can see from these charts, ETH does have a long history of outperforming Bitcoin. Yes, the last few years have been very rough. Yes, there was a very rough period in 2017, but since its inception to now, ETH technically has outperformed Bitcoin. You can make the same argument for Solana. Yes, Solana right now is going sideways against Bitcoin. There was a large period after the 2021 bull market where it was underperforming Bitcoin. But since Solana's inception, it is up relative to Bitcoin. So there is an argument to be made that you can hold a few other coins, but these are exceptions. These are not the rules. Your coin versus Bitcoin is much more likely to look like EOS than it is to look like Solana. One last thing I'll add is the macro aspect of all this as well. And what I mean by that is the fact that we have countries, financial institutions, and companies acquiring Bitcoin for a variety of reasons. We have countries like El Salvador with strategic Bitcoin reserves. The US has talked about potentially implementing a Bitcoin strategic reserve. You have financial institutions like BlackRock and Vanguard buying hundreds of millions of dollars of Bitcoin. And you have companies like Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy buying billions of dollars of Bitcoin. These companies, countries, and financial institutions are not likely going to be buying your derivative of a derivative meme coin that's been launched on Pump Fund. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you like this kind of new content style that I'm trying, let me know in the comments. If you want more videos from me, you want to know the trades that I'm taking, the coins that I'm holding, make sure you join the Haven. The link for that is in the description. If you want to trade with my money, check out my prop firm, the #1 crypto prop firm on the planet. Breakout, the info for that is in the description as well. And if you are interested in my indicator that will draw ranges and order blocks, things like that for you, we're running a discount right now. That info is in the description as well. Thanks so much, guys. I'll talk to you in the next one.